Do you ride all year round, or do you store your bike for winter? And if you do, how long do you ride into the season? Let's discuss it. Welcome to the channel. It's Roy again. Let's talk about if you ride all year round, or if you're a northern person up in well, let's not say just northern United States, because I have some European and subscribers and Australian subscribers, so let's not put a place where you live. Let's just say, do you ride all year round, or do you store your bike for winter? And if you do store your bike, how late in the season do you ride? I'll be getting into that. Right after I get out of some of this traffic. Uh-oh. We get some lights up here. Nice truck. Nice car. For those of you that put your bikes away in the winter, how long do you ride in the season? For me, it all depends. I live up in upstate New York, so yes, I put my bike away for the winter. When I put away, that all depends on the year. Alright. I put my bike away before in October. I've put my bike away in December. It all depends. Like right now, it's November 7th, and I'm still riding. I keep my bike ready to ride until it gets too cold, which you all know I've mentioned before. I don't like to ride below 50 degrees. And if it's going to be a long spiel of low temps, I might put it away. But I usually don't. I usually keep it ready to go. I keep my bike ready to go until the first snow or the first time they salt the roads. Alright? I will not ride my bike after they salt the roads. Alright, now it may snow and they may not salt, and when the snow melts and it's a warm day, I will go ride. But once they salt, my bike is done. I'm not taking it out until whatever, March, April, depends on when we get a lot of rain to wash the salt off the road and when the snow goes away. Alright, so what about you guys out there that put your bike away? If you store your bike, you have your own home, you have your own garage. What if you don't? Where do you store your bike and how you store it? I have my own home, but I don't have my own garage. I have a shed, which was okay for when I was storing my old bike my 2001 wide glide because it had no electronics. The only thing digital on that was the odometer. So on that, I would just pull the battery, you know, put it away, you know, clean it up, put it away, and I would pull the battery and bring the battery inside the house. And then in the springtime, I would put the battery back in it. It'd start right up, no issues. Now with this bike, you know, I keep it in my shed all year round. Well, you know, not all year round, for the ride season. But when it gets cold or starts getting cold, and I don't ride it as much, or there's a little bit of time in between, and when the ground starts getting soft, because my shed is out in my yard, so I got to drive on the lawn. I don't want to sink. So when it gets to a certain point, I move my bike over to my brother's garage. He has a garage, and then I plug my battery tender into it, the maintenance, the battery maintainer, whatever, you know, my NOCO. And you know, I have a key, and I go over and get it, whatever I want, you know, and ride and bring it back. So where do you store your bike? Some of you live in apartments and stuff like that. Do you just leave it under a cover outside, or do you bring it someplace and whatever? Or do you take it to the dealerships and store it there? A lot of dealerships, you know, have a storage thing and they charge you whatever monthly for it. Or do you just rent a storage, you know, storage container, storage facility, and pay monthly and store it? Yeah, just thinking. Now, how do you store your bike? Battery tender? Yes, I do. I put mine on a battery tender. Do you wash it all up beforehand? Make it sure it's all nice and shiny and stuff, and then put it in your store? Not me, because I'm riding as long as possible, so I try to keep it clean. You know, and I don't, you all know me, I don't wash my bike that often. So, if I'm out riding, maybe some bugs on it and stuff, I'll do a deep cleaning when I pull it out in the spring. Now I may wipe it down a little bit, and with some waterless wash, like I just did, because from one of my trips the other day, the bike got a little muddy. Other than that, no, I don't. I put it away. I don't. Do you cover it in your garage and stuff? I don't. I should probably, because every year I take it out, it's all dusty as hell. So I probably should cover it. I need to get a bike cover for that. Now here's a question: Do you jack it up and get to have the wheels off the ground? Because there's people out there that say you should do that so you don't get flat spots. I've never done it. I've never had flat spots that I'm aware of. So I just do whatever, you know, I just park it. Never had flat spots. Some people, you know, put pieces of, you know, put carpet underneath there. I don't have any. I just on the concrete. Do you fill the tank up? Or do you leave it empty? Or do you use fuel stabilizer? No, I don't do any of that. None of it. Whatever gas is in there, gas is in there. I'll go run it out, fill up some fresh. Don't know. leave me a comment if I'm, you know, doing things wrong. But I've never had any issues with my bikes, with the way I store it. Alright, and if you do store your bike for the winter, when do you pull it back out again? In the spring. Like I mentioned before, I wait till there's enough rain to wash all the salt off the roads. They lay down a lot of salt up here in the sand, so wait for them to clean up the roads a little bit. Yep. Out here taking a scenic ride today. Well, not today. Just taking a ride up by Hadlock Pond. I used to camp up here. It's a nice little lake. Look at all the geese in the water. All the geese on the shoreline there. Ooh. Sun. There you go, Hadlock Pond. Gotta be careful with all the pine needles on the road and leaves. Well, that's my little spiel on bike storage, and if you do store or whatever, I store for the winter, or if you ride your bike all year round. Anyway, that's the end of the video. So if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell so you're notified of when I put out this great content. Give a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below. What's your take on bike storage? First off, do you store your bike for winter, or do you ride all year round? And if you do store your bike, when do you store it? Where do you store it? How do you store it? Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment if you think I'm not storing my bike properly, which probably I'm not. I'm kind of lazy. I just boop, put it away. I don't like washing it. don't like whatever. So I just do what I do, and I've never had any problems. And if I do, then I take care of the problems. So, but yeah, leave me the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. And hopefully I'll have more before winter. See you next time. Thanks. Bye.